Hi everyone! Today I will be discussing 5 false yet seemingly justified predictions made by famous entrepreneurs of our past. Prediction number 1. We don't like their sound and guitar music is on the way out, as stated by Decca Recording Company after declining to sign the Beatles in 1962. At that time, the Beatles were a group of boys who had a very different style of music and voice sound accompanied by the guitar. The music industry was very hesitant and cautious at first and did not want to welcome them, as they did not know if audiences would admire, reject, or appreciate new music styles and forms, and thus they chose the safer path of preserving what listeners already desired to hear. They did not want to take the risk. Of course, we all now know that the Beatles actually truly made a lasting, powerful impact in the music industry throughout the century. Even today, my mom, grandma, and I love singing karaoke to their songs. Prediction number 2. This telephone has too many shortcomings to be seriously considered as a means of communication. The device is inherently of no value to us, as stated by Western Union Internal in their memo of 1876. Believe it or not, Western Union seriously believed that people would be reluctant to use this device as an everyday means of communications. They found that it was useless as there was no point to use this device due to reasons seen as shortcomings. Well, let's try to go through the logic that they might have used at that time. They must have surely thought that why would there be a need for a telephone when one can easily write and mail a neighbor, friend, or family member through the services of the mailman? Most individuals in the community prefer face-to-face talk. Compared to the current systems of communication, using a telephone would require too much work in terms of setup as well as learning. If individuals would not be using this device anyways, what is the point? Prediction number 3. Reagan doesn't have that presidential look was spoken by the United Artists executive after rejecting Reagan as the lead in 1964's The Best Man. Interestingly, although Reagan is one of the most impactful presidents throughout history, it appears that he did not have the look of a president. This brings us to prediction number 4. Thomas Watson, chairman of IBM, stated in 1943 that, "I think there is a world market for maybe 5 computers." The computers had been such a new concept that it seemed almost worthless. Who would be willing to stare at a giant screen or base their business around it? Who would buy such an item? Where would you keep it in the house? Can we not do everything by hand anyways? What is the point? Prediction number 5 is definitely my favorite. No one will pay good money to get from Berlin to Potsdam in 1 hour when he can ride his horse there in 1 day for free. This was said by King William I of Prussia regarding trains in 1864. Having undergone severe mobility-related injuries in the past, I can say that this is not true at all. However, given the economic times and the systems of travel at that time, King William sincerely did not find it to be productive venture to incorporate trains as a means of travel between large distances. He must have thought, who would be willing to pay such a large sum when they could reach their destination in just a few more hours with a free system? Why bother? Obviously, although these predictions may have felt justified at the time that they were being made, it is obvious that they turned out wrong with respect to the actual events that occurred in the aftermath. I selected these 5 because they cover a range of spectrums in which assumptions and narrow-mindedness can lead to false visions regarding great innovative ideas. These new innovative ideas, in fact, have served numerous purposes in each of their respective industries and have had large-scale audiences. What makes the predictions similar is that they were made due to the mentality that individuals would not like the change for reasons such as monetary cost or the learning of a new skill. This is true for almost all new inventions, as people are afraid to spend time on learning about the works of a system that may or may not be readily available at most places. However, as users from the future looking at these past predictions, we all now know that the benefits, including work done by smaller, faster, easier, more accessible means, surpass any other past assumptions. As an aspiring entrepreneur ready to patent a new technology, it is important to keep this in mind, as you should not be discouraged due to the belief that individuals may be reluctant to use a product for its newness rather than other XYZ reasons. If your product or idea is efficient and desirable, you will likely be able to achieve the popularity necessary to make this an everyday use item. In fact, you may be able to achieve a state in which people might start using your product as a verb. That's right, I Google the news, and I Uber my way around cities. Well, that's it for today. Good luck to all of you inventors out there.